Take one. Action.
Here are the top 10 most controversial Nollywood films that were banned or heavily criticized. Number 1 is Sakaba. Directed by Lancelot Odua Masuen and produced by Chukwuka Emelionwu, Isakaba was built on a real-life event. The film follows a vigilante group that takes justice into its own hands, using supernatural powers to fight armed robbers. While it gained popularity for mirroring true crime stories in eastern Nigeria, critics said it glorified jungle justice and portrayed too much violence. Some scenes, especially those involving burning suspected criminals alive, sparked outrage. Certain states reportedly restricted its sales due to fears it could incite mob action. Number 2. October 1st. Kunle Afolayan's award-winning historical thriller touched nerves by diving into colonial tension and ethnic divisions just before Nigeria's independence. It follows a northern police officer sent to a remote village in the west to investigate a series of murders. While praised for its cinematography and depth, the film faced backlash over its bold portrayal of tribal suspicions, colonial abuses and sexual violence. Some accused it of reinforcing ethnic stereotype. The sensitive subject matter triggered debates about whether it should have aired during a politically tense time. Number 3. Dry. Directed by Stephanie Linus. Dry shed light on child marriage and VVF in northern Nigeria. The film was based on real stories and aimed to create awareness about how young girls are forced into early marriages. While it received praise internationally, it ruffled feathers at home. Leaders from some northern communities said the film exaggerated the issue and painted them in a negative light. Some called it a calculated attack in their culture. In certain parts of the north, community leaders discouraged its viewing. Number 4. Iyawo Alhaji. This Yoruba language film caused drama shortly after its release. The story revolves around a young woman who becomes a third wife and starts causing conflicts in her new home. It touches on religious hypocrisy, domestic violence, and female rivalry in polygamy. The National Film and Video Censors Board temporarily banned it due to complaints about explicit scenes and dialogue mocking Islamic practices. Some called it an anti-Muslim. It was later re-edited, but damage was already done. The backlash forced some streaming platforms to remove it. Number 5. Omogeto, The Saga. Funke Akindele's blockbuster had box office success, but it wasn't free from criticism. Some said it romanticized thuggery and gangster culture with flashy violence, crude language, and chaotic scenes. The sequel's bold portrayal of fraud, drug peddling, and cross-dressing characters upset some conservative groups. A few schools even warned parents not to let their kids watch it. Though not banned, the wave of criticism pushed Funke to publicly clarifying that the film was for entertainment and social awareness, not promotion of crime. Number 6. Busted. This film featured Paul Obazele, Lisa Omorodion, and Iyabo Ojo. The plot centers on two women in a lesbian relationship who are caught and punished by society. While it tried to address the reality of same-sex relationship in a conservative country, it ended up drawing criticism from both sides. LGBTQ+ groups said it portrayed lesbianism as unstable and immoral. Religious conservatives wanted it banned altogether, calling it an attempt to spread ungodly behavior. The NFVCB flagged it, and several cinemas refused to screen it. It quietly disappeared from shelves after a brief run. Number 7. Stigma. Stigma tackled HIV and AIDS stigma in rural communities, written by Diminas Dagogo and featuring Hilda Dokubo. It followed a mother and daughter battling discrimination after one contracts HIV. Though praised by health advocates, some scenes, especially traditional cleansing rituals and sexual violence, caused discomfort. Religious groups argued it promoted promiscuity, and some local stations refused to air it. Its raw, unfiltered depiction of ignorance and cruelty around HIV was too much for some people to handle. Number 8. Apaye, A Mother's Love. Starring Clarion Chukura. This film is a biopic of Elder Irene Yepayeye Uriah Die, a mother of 6 who struggled to raise her children after separation. It had a quiet but powerful impact. However, parts of it stirred controversy, especially around child neglect, single motherhood, and the father's role. It wasn't banned, but faced resistance from certain religious communities who said it painted traditional marriage structures in bad light. Critics accused it of subtly promoting feminist views that undermine family values. Number 9. Fuji House of Commotion. Technically a TV show, but it deserves mention. Amaka Igwe's chaotic sitcom, a spin-off of Checkmate, focused on a polygamous household with multiple wives and children. It was pulled off air briefly after strong pushback from conservative circles and religious groups who felt it normalized polygamy and disrespect in the home. Some parents also claimed it wasn't appropriate for young viewers. Though it returned later, it remained a polarized show. Number 10. Half of a Yellow Sun. This film adaptation of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's novel was hit with roadblocks, set during the Biafran War. It stars Chinwetel Ejiofor, Tandy Newton, and Genevieve Inaji. The Nigerian government delayed its release for months due to fears it could incite ethnic tension. Authorities claimed that they were reviewing its war scene. Critics pointed out the delay was politically motivated. Some cinemas eventually screened it quietly, but the heavy censorship and media silence made it a hot topic. Even though the film didn't push any agenda, its ties to Biafra made it controversial by default.